everyone, welcome to today's tutorial, and in this video I will be showing you how you can recreate this mini shampoo packaging. You know those really small shampoo packaging that you get for 1-2 rupees, right? So it's a really simplified version of that. So I've created this with a template, and you can see that wherever all these black lines are there, these are the lines where it's supposed to be folded and stuck together to make the small packaging, right? So I'll show you how that's done, and then later on, if you like, you can also add in more graphics to it and maybe just design it in your own way, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is to create a new document. For this video, I will be using this A4 size document, which is 210 millimeters in width and 297 millimeters in height, and I will be renaming my document to be mini shampoo packaging, and I'll click on create. Okay, so when I open my document, by default in the layers panel I open up layer 1. This layer 1 opens up, right? So I'm going to rename this to template, and I'm going to go ahead and first create this basic template outline. So what I'm going to do is that I'll be using the rectangle tool, and I let the fill and the stroke be the way it is. So, and also make sure that my smart guides has been switched on. So to do that, I'll be going to the views panel and making sure that the smart guides has been switched on from here. Okay, so now that the smart guides has been switched on, you can see that it automatically detects the center of my document, and I'll be using that to make this rectangle like this, and I'm just going to decrease the size to half like this. I'll select this again, and then again make the size into half like that, and I'm going to drag it and keep it over here. So this acts like the side partition where the areas have to be stuck together, right? So I'll just select this. I'm going to make 2 more copies on the other side as well. So to do that, I'll be clicking on Alt and just dragging my rectangle onto the other side like that. I'll select this again and I'll make another copy. So I'll repeat the process by clicking on Alt and dragging it like that. So once that's done, I'll be making another copy of this front side. So I'll be coming back to the rectangle tool, and I'll be giving the same dimensions as that of my A4 size document, which was 210 millimeters and the height was 297 millimeters, and I'll click on OK. And I'm just going to drag this over here to the side. So this portion will be the front side of my packaging, and this one right here is going to be the back side of the packaging, right? And what I'm going to do is that I'll just select this and select this rectangle, click on Alt and make another copy onto the side like that. So we've got this. So the only thing that's left to do is to make this upper rectangle and the lower rectangle as well. So I'll be using the rectangle tool again and come over here to the side and make a rectangle like this. I'll select this, click on Alt to make another rectangle at the bottom as well. Okay, so we've got this. Now the only thing that's left to do is to add the lines over here so that it showcases where all the folds has to happen, and you'll get a fair idea which areas do also has to be stuck together, right? So for that, I'll be using the line segment tool, and as you can see that the smart guides already detects where I have to make the lines and where do I have to intersect. So I'll be just using these lines, and with the help of the smart guides I'll be making these lines like this. Okay, so once that's done, so I'll select everything and I'm going to go ahead and also increase the stroke weight from over here, and I'll make it to 3 points. That becomes thick and you can see it much better now. So there we go, we have made our basic template. I'm going to go ahead and also lock my layer so that when I add the graphics inside this, I do not accidentally move any portion around accidentally or delete anything. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer, and over here in this layers 2 panel, this layers 2, I'm going to rename this to graphics, and there we go. Now we can add all these images and text right here. Okay, so I'll be adding the graphics first. So what I'm going to do is that I'll be using the pen tool first, and I'll be using the pen tool to make this yellow portion right here. So I do not require the stroke as of now, but I definitely need the fill. I'm going to use the fill to be yellow, and I'm just going to click over here and make a random path like this, and I'm going to close this as well. So I've got this, and I'm just going to make this a little bit more bigger and make sure it lines up like that. So I've got this, and I'm going to go ahead and also make a copy of this on the back side as well, like kind of like making a mirror image out of it. So I'll select this, right click on this, go to transform, reflect, and I'll make sure that the vertical option has been switched on, and I'll click on copy. And as you can see, a mirror image has been made. So I'll just select this and bring it to the back side like that. Okay, so you've got this. Now the next thing I want to add is this girl with the really thick hair. Right, so I'll be opening up an image that I had already saved. So you can get these kind of images pretty easily up on Google, and whichever image you like best, then you can save it, and then you can use it in the packaging as well. So I'll be clicking on Ctrl+O to open up my images, and this is the image that I was using, so I'll be using this. So I've got this image open and it's in PNG format. So I'll be just cropping this a little bit because I do not need this excess white space. So I'll be clicking on crop image and cropping this. So you can crop it accordingly and see how much you want and how much you do not require. And click on apply. I'm just going to drag this image onto my template right here, and I'm going to click on Shift+Alt to make it a little bit more bigger so that it fits into my template like that. I'm going to select this again, and I'm just going to blur the edges up a little bit so that it blends with the background and it looks a lot better. So I'll be making sure that my image is selected. I'll go to Effect, Stylize, and I'll click on Feather. And over here in this radius, I let the radius be 3 mm so that the blurriness is little, but you can still see the effect. And I click on OK. And as you can see, it does get a little bit blurry, and like that. So over here in the back side as well, I'll be adding the ingredients that are used to make the shampoo. So I've saved the image again as well, and you can easily find these images up on Google. So I'll be clicking on Ctrl+O, and I'll be typing out this one, ingredients used in a shampoo. So I'll be just using this black box which has all the ingredients written on it, and I'll be cropping out the unnecessary parts as well. So I'll select the image, go to crop image, and I'm just going to use the black crop side. I'm going to go ahead, crop this a little bit more like that, and I'm going to go ahead and click on apply. So I'll be using this. I'm just going to drag this image onto my document right here, and I'll resize this as well. Keep it right about here. Okay, so we've got this, and the last thing I want to add is the barcode right about here. So I'll be opening up this image, this barcode image that again already had it saved, and I'm just going to drag this image right about here, and I'm going to make this a little bit more smaller. I'm going to place it right here in the middle at the bottom of my packaging like that. So we've got this, and now the only last image that I have to add is the Sunsilk logo, which is this one right here. So, and just type out Sunsilk logo image. I'll be cropping this again because it do not require the excess negative space or the white space as you call it. So I get it cropped like that. Click on apply. So drag it right here.
So I've added my logo right here. I'm gonna move it so that it looks more centrally aligned. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the extra text as well, which says 20% extra, the expiry date, and this one text which says with white jasmine extracts, right? Okay, so that's done. I'm just going to go ahead and lock my layer, and I'm going to create a new layer and rename layer 3 to be text. And I'm going to go ahead and add my text. So over here, I'm going to type out 20% extra. I'll select this, and I'm going to change the color to red. And I'm going to go ahead and also change the size to 72 and make this bold. Once that's done, I'm just going to rotate this a little so that it falls right here. And I'm going to click on Alt to make a copy on this side. Wait. Alt like that, and then rotate this on the other side as well, like that. This, just gonna adjust this a little. Oops. Yeah. So now what I'm going to add is that I'm going to come back to the text tool again, click right here, and I'm going to type out best before 30th July 2020, and I'm going to go ahead and also reduce the font size to 36. I'm going to place it over here. I'm going to select the date right here and I'm going to make it regular like that. I'm going to select this, click on Alt, and bring it over here. Alt, and I'm just going to type out with natural, jasmine extracts. And I'm also going to change the font size to 24 and bring it over here in the middle. So that's done. I'm just going to go ahead and now save my file. So in order to do that, I'll be going to File and clicking on Save As. So by default, my file name is going to be the same as my document name, which is the mini shampoo packaging, and my save as type is going to be Adobe Illustrator, which is the AI file. I'm going to go ahead and click on Save. So I highly recommend that we save our file in this format, in the AI format, so that in case if I want to make any further changes, I can easily do that by accessing my AI file. So now that we've come to the end of our video, I hope you found this video to be useful, and with a little practice, you can also make more changes to this and add more graphics as you like. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.